You're here because you know that the world is more than just stuff. It has a pattern, rhythm, something moving under everything you can see or touch. You've felt that quiet pulse behind coincidences, that unseen thread that connects your thoughts to things that happen and tells you that nothing is accident. And tonight, I want you to understand something that wise people have known for a very long time, but has been hidden from view. Ancient Hebrew doesn't just talk about that flow, it makes it happen. Not only was it written by people, but heaven also made the technology. There are frequencies that are built into every sound, line, and curve of every letter. These frequencies are like the building blocks of creation. Hebrew isn't writing, it's not history. It's the plan for how things really are. Pay close attention with all of your being, not just your mind. Hebrew isn't just a language. It's a frequency system made up of sound, number, and symbol that is meant to bring human awareness into harmony with God's order. It's not a figure of speech. It is a habit. When you speak, breathe, and mean what you say, you don't have to beg for things to change. You turn into the door that lets change in. From what the sages taught, the world was made with words, not with gestures. 10 words or waves that changed the shape of heaven and earth. Let there be light wasn't a telling. It was the regular letting go. And letters aren't just signs in Hebrew. Every single one of them is living and full of divine power. Aleph isn't just A, it is the moment before something new happens. It is breath, quiet, and possibility. Bet isn't just B. The house, which is a container, lets light in and gives it shape. Each letter in Hebrew has a gematria value, which is a number sound. When letters are put together, numbers make sense. And when numbers make sense, reality reacts. The ancients said it was like music. If you hit the right note, the glass will shake. Whenever you say the right sound with good intentions, it returns to you. When you speak Hebrew deliberately, it hits the crystal inside you, which is the soul's inner resonance chamber, and wakes it up. Why then haven't they told you this before? Because power used wrongly can hurt people. Ancient people knew that sacred sound could hurt as easily as it could heal if it wasn't used with respect. That's why they kept the code secret behind ethics, prayer, and humility. It's not easy to change things in life with the Hebrew code. It's a practice of alignment. If your heart is full of hate, you can't pray light and expect the gates of peace to open. The code makes you stronger, though, if you bring honesty, thanks, and a real desire to help. Stop letting fear into your words. The order starts to be sent. For a moment, let's get down to business. Miracles often seem random because most people don't have a routine. They have trouble sleeping, worry, have strong feelings, and feel hopeless all the time. Your speech will sound shaky when your nervous system is out of whack. The first step back to harmony is kavanah, which means having a clear purpose. Ask yourself, am I channeling light or noise? Before you speak. Then take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and slowly let it out. In between breaths, feel the silence. Use your stomach instead of your throat to speak now. Allow your chest to be where your voice comes from. This isn't magic or myth. It's the body and the spirit coming together. Your nerve system plays the part. Your words have more weight when you calm it down. Next is purity, which doesn't mean perfection, but rather direction. You clean not to make heaven happy, but to get rid of the static in your signal. Get rid of old anger, jealousy, and secrets in your field. A clean ship is best for using the code. Telling the truth, even if it hurts your pride, cleans the body. You forgive not to make up for what happened, but to get rid of what is getting in the way of your flow. The light goes through you faster if you don't have a lot of emotional baggage. Then there is sound, which is the living heart of the Hebrew code. Start out easily. Say the word shalom quietly. Feel how the esh cleans the air and the vibrations ease the chest. It's not a welcome. It's a peaceful shape. Say or again, which means light. Wrap your mouth around it and feel the light come up behind your eyes. Finally say emet, the truth. Straighten your back, breathe more deeply, and feel your spine adjust. You can feel Hebrew as well as hear it. That feeling in your body is resonance, not fantasy. That's your antenna adjusting and your frequency matching the divine beat. Something amazing starts to happen when you repeat these sounds every day with awareness. Your world gets back to normal. More coincidences happen. The right person calls at the right time. Problems are solved out of the blue. Problems are solved before they get worse. Some doubters call it luck or an accident. The flow of heavenly supply, the current that has always been under your feet waiting for you to become aware of it, is what the mystics call it. You were never cursed. We will never forget you. You were just out of tune. You retune tonight, I do not chase miracles. Write this down and remember it forever. Miracles are on the frequency that I carry. I think that's what the Hebrew code is all about. You don't do it to change reality. You do it to work with the cosmic structure that supports you already. Everything changes after you realize this. Work, relationships, prayer, even silence. This is when you start to feel the holy order behind everything. Your life stops feeling like chaos and starts feeling like choreography. First, you'll notice it in small ways. The peace that lasts longer than it should. The timing that's too good to be random. The words that heal instead of hurt. That's when you'll understand that miracles aren't rare events sent from heaven. They happen naturally when things are lined up. Now comes the start of your introduction. Take deep breaths. Center. Say it quietly. Or, good morning, Emmett. You've just taken the first step back into the language of creation, which has been waiting for you the whole time. If you could see what you can't see, you would notice something amazing. Everything in the world moves to a beat. They stay in balance so the planets don't crash into each other. There is a holy time for the tides to rise and fall. The pulse that started when the world took in light is still in your heartbeat. The wise people called this sound Shefa, which means the flow of God. The stream is what brings order out of chaos, plenty out of nothingness, and healing out of hopelessness. But most people stand right next to it their whole lives and never notice that the water is touching their feet. You don't feel it because the world has made you forget how to listen. You move quickly, react, and fight against life's timing, and in the process, you lose touch with the current that was meant to carry you easily. The Hebrew code does not work wonders. It links you to the flow of life, where miracles already happen. We're going to remember the river in this episode. The way things go changes when you're in line with Shefa. When you get past an obstacle, it doesn't just go away. It stops being a problem for you. People can feel you before you even talk. You don't have to work at getting perfect time. Things start to fall into place, so that what you need seems to come at the right time. It's not an accident, it's harmony. And the first step to unity is to trust the flow. You see, the biggest lie the modern world feeds you is the idea that you can control your way to happiness, money, success, or love. But the Hebrew mystics taught the opposite. Miracles don't happen when you try to control them. They happen when you give up control. When you let go of trying to push the stream and instead let it carry you, you find strength that isn't about power, but about being present. The flow is something you remember, not something you try to find. Since you've always known it in your heart, you felt it when everything seemed to go right. Like when the phone rang right after you thought of someone. When help arrived as soon as you stopped freaking out. And when life said, I've got you. This is Shefa. Shefa never left you. You left it. When you speak Hebrew with heart, the letters are not spells. They are frequencies that connect you to the beat that has always been there. You're not remembering magic when you say words like or, light, or shalom, peace. You're remembering the sound of balance. The sound isn't what gives it power. It's when they wake you up inside. It's not possible to make peace. It's what comes up on its own when you stop fighting it. You don't have to call on light. It was there the whole time, ready for you to wake up. How you move through the world changes, not the world itself. That's why the code works. Life starts to work around your calm when you start to live in the flow. At first, you'll notice it in small ways, like when someone who used to bother you loses their power, or when a chance comes up as soon as you stop thinking. Things will happen at the same time, like a song you've always known, but forgot the words to. The truth is that you don't have to do anything for this to happen. All you have to do is go back to the link pose. Don't force. Not ask anymore. Don't doubt. Take a deep breath instead. Pay attention. Believe. When you feel chaos coming on, say shalom. Not as a word, but as a sound that brings everything back into balance. If you feel lost, whisper awe and picture light going through every dark part of your thoughts. When you're not sure about your own truth, whisper the word emet, which means truth. You'll feel your back straighten with quiet confidence. Nothing is being activated by you. You're remembering how it feels to be in balance. You don't have to work for wealth. You can just let it happen. The key is to learn to go with the flow. You don't have to look for love. It grows naturally where there is peace. Advice doesn't have to be looked for. It can be heard when you are still enough to hear it. In fact, this is the key to every real surprise. There's no need to do more. It's about having more value in less work. Shefa can move through you more easily every time you speak from the heart, breathe with awareness, and choose stillness over fear. You stop being a different being that needs blessings and start being the way that blessings come to you. The water doesn't stop. The vessel closes, the wise Jews used to say. It's easy for you. Just open the jar again. That's the formula of flow. Not a method, but a way of being in the world. This is how you get back to that river that you couldn't see but was always there under your feet. You are good enough as it is. You only need to want to do it. Because you'll remember the flow and see that wonders were always close. They were always there, ready for you to give up fighting the flow. As you read these words tonight, I want you to feel that silence that lies beneath the noise and the quiet rhythm that beats in your heart. This is Shefa. It has been carrying you the whole time, waiting for you to remember who you are. Someone who flows with surprises instead of someone who chases them. Take deep breaths. Believe. Say in a soft voice, I am the river and the river is in me. That's when the flow starts. Every language makes sense to the mind, but Hebrew is a language for the soul. You are not only speaking when you say its words, you are also vibrating with the pattern of creation. Every letter seems to remember the sound of the world being made. You can feel that memory when you whisper those sounds. Israel's wise men thought that creation wasn't a single event, but rather a beat that can still be heard today. The world is being made over and over again by divine breath, and each letter in Hebrew holds a bit of that breath. Their union builds a link between people and God, between your words and the voice that first spoke, let there be light. You may have felt that strange stillness before, when you say a holy word and your whole body seems to stop for a second. That is not creativity. Yes, that's resonance. That is the soul hearing its own sound. There are thousands of possible combinations of letters in Hebrew, but some have a weight that feels very old and bright. These are names that are so old that the air changes when you say them. They were never meant to control anything. They were only meant to tell you that the light is inside you, not somewhere else. Elad is one of these holy names. It is made up of the letters Aleph, Lamed, and Dalet. Its main purpose is to protect and heal. It sounds like the sound wraps around you when you say Elad. It's the frequency of safety, of being held by unseen hands when life gets too hard. It doesn't get rid of darkness. Instead, it turns it into a teacher. Or is another old name that means light, direct, simple, and timeless. Your body seems to remember what it's like to be made of light when you say it. To shine without asking for permission or saying sorry. It's not about shining better than other people. You should understand that you were never meant to hide. Then there's shalom, a word that everyone knows but not many people really get. A lot of people think it just means peace, but in Hebrew, peace doesn't mean there is no fighting. Wholeness is it. It means to live in a world where there is no lack of anything, where happiness, sadness, love, and loss all fit together perfectly in God's plan. When you say shalom, the sound spreads out from your chest. It calms not because it's soft, but because it's whole. It lets your nerve system know that you are safe. There is one name, though, that is so holy that people used to be not allowed to speak it out loud. God's four-letter name is Yod He Vav He. It's not a word, so there is no right way to say it. It's just the sound of breathing. Breathe in, Yod, say He. Breathe in, Vav, say He. The ancients said that even when you're not speaking, every time you breathe, you say the name of the Creator. In other words, you've never been different from God. You were just busy to notice. That means you're already praying when you breathe, talk, and live consciously. You're already a part of making things. Now you know what the Hebrew code is all about. It's not a way to call on wonders. It's a way to remember that you are a miracle already. Because these words are old, they don't have any power. They have power because they make you feel something old. It's not that you want light when you say or. It's that you agree to be it. You're not asking for peace when you say shalom. You're giving it. You're not looking for safety when you whisper Elad. You're understanding that you've never really been alone. Every word is a key. Every breath is a door. And every time you speak with understanding, your voice connects heaven and earth. Still, this power needs purity, not in how you act, but in how you think. The wise men said that these sounds were not meant to control other people or make things happen. They were meant to heal how people saw things, to get back in touch with truth. When you talk to them with ego, they shut up. But if you say them with respect, they will last forever. Because lovingly speaking, the truth doesn't stop when the sound goes away. It keeps moving, changing, and realigning what can't be seen. That's why the most amazing thing isn't when your circumstances change, but when you see things differently. As soon as you no longer see difference, the moment you understand that light and darkness were never foes, but rather partners in the dance of discovery. They move to the beat of the Hebrew code. If you could see yourself from above, you'd see something amazing. Golden lines that connect you to everyone and everything, to every moment of grace you've ever missed. Every word you say from the heart makes those threads stronger. Every lie, lash out, and angry word makes them weaker. So the code isn't about saying more. It's about saying less and being present. Because words that are true not only reach people, they heal them. They clear out places where chaos used to be. They make people remember that the world is still in order without even trying. That's what it means to talk lightly. Tonight, try this. Whisper softly when there is silence around you. Do this not as a rite, but to remember. Say, or feel the light inside you grow. Say peace. Feel your heart become whole again. Say emet. Feel your spine line up with the truth. Say elad. Feel peace wrapping around you like a soft shield. Then don't move. Don't expect lightning or ghosts. Take a deep breath. Something changes inside you when it's quiet. You'll understand that the code isn't just words. It means remembering that every breath, heartbeat, and thought is already holy. And surprises stop being rare when you live from what you know. They become the words you use every day. You now know how to see the pattern. Every breath you take has been the sound of creation whispering. You should no longer just watch the flow. You should start walking in it. Because every seeker reaches a point where understanding isn't enough. Nobody can live in the flow until they become what they've been learning. You can study every sacred word, remember every symbol, and say every name over and over again. The truth is that you were never meant to go to light. You were meant to be light. The wise people said that the most amazing thing is not when the sea splits or fire falls from the sky. People's hearts remember who they are at that time. After that, the world stops being something you try to control and starts dancing with you. The world inside you has finally given up, so the world outside stops fighting you. That's when the divine flow, or current of Shefa, starts to run through you without any effort. Sometimes it doesn't feel intense. There are times when peace shows up when you are expecting chaos. As a moment of clarity in the middle of chaos. It sounds like a soft voice telling you, don't worry anymore. You can't run away from life when you live in the flow. You need to know that you are never separate from it. All of our heartbeats, laughs, and tears are part of the same stream. You start to feel like life is breathing with you. The day feels just right when you wake up. Not because everything goes well, but because even the bad things happen in a way that you can finally trust. You no longer follow signs because you understand that you have already become one. You start blessing things without even meaning to. When you walk into a room, it feels lighter, and when you speak, it calms down. People who have lost faith start remembering what peace feels like just by being near you. That's not being cocky. That's how you match. In that case, the tank opens wide enough for light to get through. Don't get it wrong, though. Being in the flow doesn't mean life is easy. It means that the way you deal with life has changed. Now, you don't see weather as punishment, but as a way to clean up. Now, you don't ask, why is this happening to me? But rather, what is this trying to awaken in me? Miracles don't get rid of the problem. They just change how you see it. Because things that looked like chaos are starting to show their secret dance moves. All of the delays, turns, downs, and heartbreaks were like rivers that led you to the ocean. Every no that hurt you was really life telling you, don't do that way. Go with the flow. You were never getting in trouble. You were being put in place. How then do you walk through miracles? Don't do routines or say mantras over and over again. Instead, live like you trust light more than fear. It starts with making small, holy decisions, like telling the truth when it would be easy to lie, forgiving when you want to get even, being nice without anyone seeing. Every one of those times is a river stream. Every decision is a step toward being whole, because the flow doesn't go through perfect people, it goes through real people. This way of life makes everything easier the more you do it. Once anxious decisions start to feel like they are being led, the right people show up. The right chances come up, not because you made them, but because you stopped getting in their way. That's what it means to go with the flow. To understand that peace isn't a place you go after a fight. It's the journey itself. One day you wake up and understand that the miracle is now the air you breathe, not something you pray for. Sages taught that even silence can be a form of prayer when the soul is fully in tune with Shefa. Every breath is a name for God. Every beat of the heart is like a holy drum beating in time with the world. You no longer need signs when you live your life this way. because your whole being is one. You no longer need to look for meaning because you have become purpose itself. You feel calm and sure of yourself because you know that light is always with you, no matter where you are. That's always what the code was meant to do. Not to teach you how to change reality, but to show you that you are a part of how miracles work. That the fact that you exist shows that God is still breathing, talking, and loving the world. Tonight, let this truth sink in. You don't have to look for the amazing. You are an amazing person. The holy name breathes with you every time you breathe. Light hears you when you talk. Heaven moves with you. You are the vessel. You are the flow. The world has been waiting for someone like you to pray. Take a moment to close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in. This is the same breath that has been going through thinkers, prophets, and sages since the beginning of time. Let out a slow breath and feel it move through you. It will feel quiet, alive, and endless. That's how things go. It's not outside. It's in you right now. Not as a repetition, but as a discovery. Whisper it. I walk through a river of miracles, and the river walks through me. Take a step forward and let life carry you.